There are sort of three things that have come together this year to create a bit of a perfect storm. So one of them is lower than usual sea temperatures, and that can affect the Loligo's development and their ability to migrate. The second is that there's an unusually strong Falkland current this year, and Loligo are not particularly strong swimmers, and it's thought that many of them might have been swept out of the box. And the third is that there was quite a poor summer last year, and that might have affected the ability of some of them to survive that period. So this is actually the lowest on record. The previous low was in 2008, but that was above the safe threshold. Loligo are one of the main species in the area, and there'll obviously be other species there that predate on them, but marine animals tend to be quite adaptable in their diet. So if there's less Loligo around, then they might switch to eating other things. So we're currently doing a few things to try and support the fishing sector. So a fairly minor one is we're introducing a new catch reporting system that we hope will reduce the administrative burden on them. But a bigger piece of work is a review of the fishing licence system. So that's underway at the moment. There's an EXCO paper in June about it. And many of them are kind of investing in new vessels and so on, so it will potentially have an impact. You know, the long-term aim of this year's closure is to ensure that the fishery is sustainable. So we hope that in the long term this will have a positive impact.
This is the first time there has ever been a season cancellation completely. It's going to have a massive impact because the vessels at the moment are fishing outside the zone and not in. The catches inside are usually averaging 30, 40, 50 tonne a day, sometimes more. And outside the zone, we're averaging at the moment, I would say, between 8 and 13 tonne a day. We don't know how long the catch on the high seas will last for. It's a complete unknown as to what's going on out there at the moment. We have our crews to consider as well, and with the 16 vessels, there are over 1,000 crew that we have to consider them in all of this, and of course their families. So the impact is far-reaching. It's not just an impact for the Falklands. You know, we are going to have to work, and FIFCA will work with fisheries in understanding what is going on. There needs to be a lot more science done, and that's what, you know, we will be asking for collaboration with them on that. When you take into account that the hake is there, that the currents are changing, and that the water temperature is lower, then we don't know what's going to happen for the first season next year either. We hope it's not going to have a knock-on effect, but until we start the experimental licence 2 weeks prior to the Loligo season commencing in 2025, we really won't know.